Welcome to part 2 of the series of how to start your own online store. Today I'm going to be talking about actually building your online store, the actual website and storefront where people can come and buy the products. First of all, I want to mention that today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. If you are looking to make your own website, have a custom domain, or even put an online store on your website, you might want to check out Squarespace. You can start your free trial today, and if you like it, I have a 10% off coupon code if you go to squarespace.com/Jacquelin. Squarespace did not ask me to do this series. I wanted to do it because it was a relevant topic, and this is something that I get a lot of questions about, and I'd like to help you guys out, especially those of you who are looking to make a living with your artwork. Before we talk about any online stores, it's important that you open up a e-commerce account, kind of like PayPal. PayPal is a super useful way of transferring money. You can use it to make purchases, it links to your debit card, and it's really secure. PayPal is so useful, especially when doing commissions and everything like that too. So I would recommend opening up a PayPal account before you do anything. They do take transaction fees themselves, so you want to look into that, but so far PayPal is the most useful platform that links to all of these websites. If your online store asks you to sign up for Stripe, I would not recommend that. I know Store Envy uses Stripe and they also accept PayPal. I turned off the option for Stripe because I kept getting scam emails in their names and I didn't know whether or not it was real or fake, so I just deleted my account, and now I know that any of those emails are fake, and they're very believable, so be very careful when signing up for a Stripe account, just a warning. So again, today I'm talking about online stores. I have two different types really that you can look into. The first type is the kind of online store where you don't really have to do anything. You just upload your artwork, choose a couple of different products that you want to sell, and all the work is done for you, and you get a certain percentage of the profit. I'm talking about websites like Society6, Imprint, Redbubble, and like Designed by Humans. There's a whole bunch of other ones, but these are the ones that I'm most familiar with. I have a Society6 on the side. I use it mostly to put up artwork that I'm not selling anymore on my store, things that I made like a couple years ago, and usually products that I can't provide in my own store. So I have a Society6 and they offer things like bedding and clocks and like a whole bunch of home decor stuff. They have prints also, and phone cases, laptop cases, anything like that. It's pretty cool actually. And they also have an option for tapestry, mugs, anything like that. So I think it's pretty cool to have those options for your artwork. I use Society6 because so far it's the most diverse one and the most trustworthy one. Besides, Imprint is also a very well-known one that a lot of artists use. I think they only really offer prints though. Canvas prints, I think, too. They're really good quality prints. So are the ones from Society6. The rest of their products are really nice too. Redbubble is similar to Society6 where they have a bunch of different options, but I found that Redbubble actually has a lot of art theft going on. Not from Redbubble, but there's a lot of stores that go on to Redbubble and try selling other people's artwork. So if you want to go with the best names, I would stick with Society6 or Imprint. So these kinds of websites are really good if you have a day job, a part-time job, if you don't have time to actually pack orders or do any fulfillment of an actual online store, then this might be the right thing for you. Personally, I like actually running my online store and packaging everything in-house from my studio, because I feel like it gives sort of a personal touch to the products. Like when I want to buy something from an artist, it makes me feel so much better that it actually came from the artist. And sometimes it's hand signed and packed by the actual artist, which is a huge plus. So I always wanted to have my store be something similar to that, which is why I use the other type of store, which is online store platforms like Store Envy, Etsy, Ticktail, Squarespace, Big Cartel, and Shopify. There's a whole bunch of other ones. These again are just the ones that I am most familiar with. These are the ones I researched when I was first starting my online store. I've had an online store since I graduated high school, so about 2008. About 10 years now. I use Store Envy currently. I'll talk about each one individually because they're all pretty different. There's a lot of options for you to choose from, so I'll give you the details of each one and my personal experience with them, and you can make your own decision. So first of all, Store Envy is the one I use. I've been using it for over 7 years now. I've been there for a while. Store Envy is free to sign up. There is a marketplace. They take 10% of each order if you sell the item through the marketplace, which is like if someone goes onto their website and then searches for you, the marketplace store will show up. That way they take 10%, but if someone goes onto your Instagram and clicks the link directly to your store, they don't take a percentage of that purchase. They have recently added a transaction fee that they're charging your customers now. So how it works, it's kind of weird, but they put it on the receipt, they charge the customers for it, you get the money for it, and then they take it from your account. So it's a little bit confusing. I actually don't like that they added that, and I've been looking to switch my online store platform since they added it, but it's still really different from a lot of the online stores, and you can make your own judgment whether or not that bothers you. They also charge a $5 fee if you want to use like coupons and have sales and stuff like that. That's going straight to the company that's helping run your store for you. So I'll talk a little bit more about Store Envy later on, because I do have some complaints about them, but I'll move on to the next website. Now, the next one, and probably the most popular one, is Etsy. I'm sure you've heard about it if you've ever tried to purchase handmade goods online. They have a huge following, a huge marketplace. That's their most useful asset, pretty much. Tons of people go onto Etsy and use their search engine to find your products. I think Etsy is best for people who do things like furniture and jewelry. If you're doing artwork, maybe things like greeting cards or gifts would be best on Etsy. The reason I didn't pick Etsy when I first started out is because they charge per listing. So now it's 20 cents to list an item for 4 months. After 4 months, you have to renew it unless it sells out. That kind of turned me off right away, but it's not that bad if you think about it. If you're an 18-year-old trying to start up a shop, though, it might be kind of discouraging. They do, however, charge a 3.5% fee on purchases that they keep themselves, and then they also charge a 3% fee plus 25 cents per transaction for their own payment platform. So it's up to you if those outweigh the benefit of their marketplace. Their marketplace is huge. Like, Store Envy has a marketplace too, but nobody goes to Store Envy to look for gifts for anyone. So Etsy has that huge benefit. They also have options of like advertising on their marketplace, but I tried it once. I had an Etsy for a small amount of time and it didn't really work for me. But that was a long time ago. I don't know how it works now. Remember, this is just my opinion. If you know any other artists who have online stores, you can go ahead and ask them about it. I haven't used all of these stores, so it's hard for me to tell how they really are. So the next online store I've seen a lot of people use is Ticktail. I don't think it's based here in America. I think it might be European, but I'm not sure. So Ticktail takes 10% of your marketplace sales, kind of like Store Envy, if you sign up for the free platform. If you want your own online shop through Ticktail that's not in the marketplace, you can pay $9 a month. So it's either the free option where they take 10% or the $9 a month option where they don't take any percent. But there is a 3.5% transaction fee plus 35 cents per transaction. I do know a lot of artists that use that. I'm not sure which version they use. The free option would be a good option if you're just starting out and you don't have the money to pay monthly or pay for listing your products. That's all up to you. Another website, I used to have Big Cartel to start out. To me, it was awesome because it was free for the first 5 products. Big Cartel doesn't have any type of marketplace, so all of your advertising is done by you. There's no search engine that will lead to you through their website or anything. So the way Big Cartel does it is based on the amount of products you want to list. So 5 products are free. It's $10 to list 25 products, $20 to list 100 products, and $30 to list 300 products. That's per month. But there are no transaction fees or anything like that that I know of. So it's kind of cool. If you don't have a lot of products, then this might be the option to go for. The last online store option I want to talk about is Shopify. This one's kind of a weird one because I've never used it, but I have researched a little bit and realized that they actually link with Instagram. So if you've ever been on Instagram and someone makes a post that has circles on it, you can click on them and there's a price and it links to their shop. That's Shopify. So if you have a big Instagram following, if Instagram is really important to you, you might want to consider doing Shopify because of that benefit. When it comes to owning a store through them, it is $9 base price a month, depending on what level you choose, I guess. So I think there's no free option. Base price is $9 a month for Shopify. The Instagram thing does seem like a big benefit, but that's also up to you. If you think your audience wouldn't like seeing things like prices on your Instagram posts, then maybe that wouldn't be the right option for you. But it's up to you. If you have a specific Instagram just for your online store, like some people do for apparel lines and things like that, this would probably be perfect for that. The last one I do want to talk about is Squarespace. I haven't got around to switching over my store yet, but that is where I plan on switching to. Squarespace offers you an online store and they have different subscription options. So if you do the base option, I don't think you get an online store, it's just like a website. But I think the next up is an e-commerce website, and there's a couple more. They do have a 3% transaction fee like most of the other websites. But if you upgrade to a higher tiered plan, I don't think they charge you any fees because you're already paying for the service. So that kind of works out. The reason I do want to switch to Squarespace is because my online shop has gotten pretty crazy in the last year or so, to the point where I don't know if Store Envy can handle it. I've gotten a lot of issues with them. I've had 3 people purchase the same product at the same exact time, and it sells it to all of them even though I only had one available. And it doesn't tell me. So I'm sitting there, I'm packaging orders, and there's 3 of something that I only have 1 of, like a painting, and it sold 3 of them. And I asked Store Envy one time what happened and what can we do to fix that, and they're just like, yeah, that happens sometimes. Nothing. No, like, oh, I'm sorry about that, or like, we'll try to fix it. No, they just admitted that it happens, and I don't know. So this has happened to me a couple of times now, and at this point, I kind of just want to switch over. Sometimes the platform's also really confusing. I only have these complaints because I've been with Store Envy so long. Pretty sure a lot of the other platforms I've talked about have their own issues, but these are the ones that I know of because I've been with Store Envy for 8 years or whatever. So I'm not bashing Store Envy, I think I need to move on to something better that can handle my shop a little bit better. And I really like the fact that the Squarespace store is in my website. That way it's less confusing to link to, and it's all together in one place. Squarespace also has really good customer service. It's 24 hours. Everyone I've talked to there, it has been amazing so far. I've had my website there for a couple of years now, and I really want to switch over and have my online store there too. That way you can have your custom domain. If you have your own website and you'd rather have your store be like the main page of your website, you can do that there too. It's really useful that way. So you can try out any of these stores if you want to. Squarespace has a free trial that you can try out. Build your website. You can see the online store and see how it works, and if you like it, there is a 10% off coupon for your first purchase if you go to squarespace.com/Jacquelin. So the very last thing I do want to talk to you about, which is something I've been considering lately too, is a website called Printful. This is a website that's kind of in between the other two, where it's a service that takes your artwork and prints it onto products, but instead of having a store on their website, they work with the website you already have. So I have a Store Envy right now. I can link it to Printful. Any orders that come in that have products that they're making for me, they will receive that order, they'll ship it out, and I'll ship out the things that I have on my end. It's kind of confusing. It's a good way of selling things that you can't make yourself, but you want it to be in your own website still. That way it's less confusing. Let's say I have my online store and someone buys 2 prints and a t-shirt in one transaction. Printful will receive the order for the t-shirt, and I will receive the order for the prints, and we'll both ship them out separately to the same person. This is a way of fulfilling products and kind of making your load easier on yourself. So say if you made your online store and your orders have been a little bit too crazy for one person to handle, you could always do this option. So that's a little bit more of an advanced online store tip, I guess, for those of you who already have your shops open, but I hope that helps. I'm definitely looking into it. Okay, so I hope this section was helpful in helping you make your online store and choose what platform you want to use. I have 2 more segments of this series coming up, one about building your online presence and advertising for your shop, and one about shipping out products. I'm trying to upload every week, so the next 2 videos will probably be out within the next month. Alright, I hope that helped out, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and and for all your amazing comments all the time. I try to respond to some of them when I have the time. I always read all of them too. So thank you guys again. I hope this helped, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!